Hello, everybody. My name is Ian Kirkpatrick. I'm an author and robot, and today I figured since Monday was kind of the video to probably get me canceled for opinions, we'd do something a little easier. Also, because it's Thanksgiving, and happy Thanksgiving to anybody watching this. Let's just have fun and talk about YA book trope tier list, or in general, we'll just book trope tier list because I guess YA is very specific. But I could probably deal with any of these in any genre. But before we get started, number one, if you enjoy what I do on this channel, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Also, I would love to hear your comments on any of the tropes here, the ones that you vehemently hate or the ones that you obviously adore. I would love to hear those thoughts down in the comments. And number two, if you'd like to be featured on this channel, check out the Lemwy link and the Pitch Fit link. Two different ways to be featured here, and those videos will be coming up next month. Now further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Enemies to lovers as a trope. People at each other's throats. I don't know how often I can actually say personal fave to stuff. How much do I like enemies? Depends on their bickering. I'm trying to think of any books or stories that I've come together with enemies to lovers. I guess I can deal with it. I'm thinking of Heaven right now, where there's the vampire and the angel, and they were very clearly opposed to one another at the very beginning, and they stopped. What else? I obviously do love the diametric opposition that then just works at some point. So, yes. Fake dating. I'll put that in... Like, it's not something that I seek out, but I will say, the movie with David Tennant, the Runaway Bride, that's not necessarily fake dating, since it's a fake marriage. But a very cute movie. I like it in that. I don't necessarily go out of my way, but fake dating can be fine. Friends with benefits as next. Jag and Joey are kind of benefits, my dude. And they are, I mean, they're more than friends with benefits. But I kind of more like when I like monogamous relationships and stuff where people care about each other. I don't really... If there's not the emotional investment, I'm not really into it. So I don't know. I think I'll drop it in meh. Because I don't think I consider Joey and Jag to actually be friends with benefits, even if that's what they say. Brother's best friend. I mean, I don't know if I'd say it's overused. Oh, that's right. You can't even see these other guys down here. Let me shrink my face a little bit here so you can actually see what's going on. I don't know if I would say that it's overused. I just don't necessarily like it. Would that put it in a meh space? Probably. Like, if this is going to be overused, I'm probably never going to use that because I don't really... I just don't go looking for it. Actually, see, why no is like super strong too. I don't have that kind of emotional reaction, so this is kind of hard for me. I'll just say I'm just not into brother's best friend. I don't know if we can change that. Not into it. There we go. See, we'll change this to not into it. Because then it's a little less strong. What can we change overused for? Does this actually make it worse? Is don't care... Here. Answer me this. Is don't care worse? Answer me this. Is don't care worse than not into it? But that's what we're going to go with. Okay, so no longer is it overused, and why? It is now don't care and not into it. At all. There you go. Friends to lovers. Nice. I don't have a whole lot to say about that. You know, you got your chemistry and you just move up from your chemistry. All right. Same with Boy Next Door. I personally love the Boy Next Door aesthetic, but I don't know if that's quite the same as the Boy Next Door trope. Absent parents, I don't mind if it makes sense for the story. I don't like absent parents if it's just a lazy way to make the author not have to think about the relationship with the parents. If the parents are absent, be it because they are alcoholics, because they're in prison, because they died, it should have some effect on the narration of the story, on the path of the characters. I know a lot of people hate the absent parent thing. I have so many characters that some of them have dead parents, some of them have abusive parents, some of them have perfectly fine parents. I have way too many combinations of characters to even care about this trope. Just make it make sense. The good girl, bad guy, or good guy, the nice guy, bad boy. Again, this would go in personal faves because I like the dichotomy. I love dichotomy. I feel like that just goes with that's more Malik and V. Bodyguard. I don't seek it out, but I don't have a problem with it. You got a big, strong person there. Found family. I'm all about that. The chosen one. I don't really care. If it works, it works. That goes back into land with absent parents. Just make it make sense. When you're writing your story, make it make sense. One bed. That's pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. Boom 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 has a moment where Blake and Jan share a bed, and it's mildly awkward because Jan is so nervous about it. Love triangle. I should put that in don't care. If it's there, it's there. See, actually, these could probably... Nice probably doesn't even need to exist, let's be honest. I'll leave that one there. But love triangle, I know a lot of people vehemently hate the love triangle. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I just very much dislike the love triangle when it's very clear who the winner is supposed to be and the other one is just kind of thrown in there. Let me also just talk about freaking Stars We Steal for a second here. Where you've got Daniel in there, who's theoretically supposed to be aromantic, but he says asexual. He just talks about how he doesn't feel romantic feelings for anybody at all and isn't interested. And that was such a safe way to do a love triangle for the main character without actually having to make her hurt somebody, and by also basically declawing Daniel because there was never any actual investment from Daniel. I hate that. If you cannot create full feelings for the three characters involved, then don't do it. I actually felt kind of bad when I was writing Bodymore that Wayland ended up having feelings for Joey. Like, I hadn't started writing that book with the intentions of there becoming a sort of love triangle, but it just sort of happened. And then I got to the end and I'm like, should I leave it this way? Can I leave it this way? I didn't want it to have this sort of thing, and then it just sort of took off that Jag and Joey were actually in a relationship, and Wayland had feelings that he couldn't confess. He hasn't given up on them, apparently, in book 2, and just... There's not really any threat that Wayland is actually got a chance, because Joey's already taken. But that's also a more realistic love triangle than a girl or a guy who can't, it's usually a girl, who can't choose between this guy or that guy. Usually, if you're in real life with a love triangle, it's this pair already exists, and that one is an admirer that wants the girl. I don't know. I'm just ranting now. Make a love triangle. If you're gonna do a love triangle, make it work. I'm trying to think. Also, I don't have some great references for this. I'm gonna go look at You, the Cyborg Tinkerer that tried to do a love triangle, but that final sex scene between the three characters at the end was so awkward because the chick, Meg was trying to do like character Gwen gets all that she wants. She doesn't have to choose in the love triangle, which is also weak, as your character is not making a choice because she doesn't want to be punished with choosing the wrong one. There are ways to do love triangles and make them work. It didn't really feel like it did in the Cyborg Tinkerer, and instead it was so awkward because Gwen and Sebastian had more chemistry than, oh, I don't even remember her name, the Acrobat. And the Acrobat was just leaning against the wall because Sebastian was sitting on the bed with Gwen and they were having a moment together, and then they were like starting to get sexy while the Acrobat was just leaning against the wall, and she's like, I'm gonna see myself out. And then it's like they felt bad for her, so they invited her to join, and then she felt like she was so desperately lonely and she didn't want to be lonely that she went over and joined the threesome, even though she really wasn't into it because she didn't want to be alone, but she also didn't think that she was ever going to find anybody else. It felt so much sadder than actually being a choice that the characters organically came to. Does that make sense? Let me know if you read the Cyborg Tinkerer, let me know what your thoughts were on that in the comments down below, because I just felt like that final scene was so sad for the Acrobat. She was so obviously not wanted there. Unpopular protagonist. I don't seek this one out. So I'm going to put it in don't care. I don't mind if it's there, if it's done well. Again, if with any trope, this is why the kind of lists don't really work for me. I'm just a robot. And so for the most part, I'm like, I don't vehemently hate pretty much. Look, the ones that I really hate are like cheating. I can't do cuck. I can't do cheating. I don't care. No. But mostly, it's fine. It's fine. Unpopular protagonist, I'll take it. Just make it work. Just don't make it dumb. Not like other girls. Again, I'm going to put that in I don't care territory. But the one caveat I will put in to not like other girls is when it is spelled out in the text that she is not like other girls. So there's a difference between, and you saw this sort of rant in my last video, my troublemaker video, where I said, if the character doesn't act, if a female character doesn't act stereotypical, it doesn't automatically make them not like other girls. What actually makes somebody the not like other girls trope is when either they point out that they're not like other girls, or some of the characters around them point out that they're not like other girls, and that makes them better than everybody else. In my opinion, that's what makes somebody a not like other girls. If somebody is just atypical for their gender expectations, that doesn't automatically make them not like other girls. And in my opinion, it's actually kind of insulting that if you look at somebody who is not gender typical, doesn't behave maybe gender typically, or has interests that are maybe atypical for their gender, and then you say, oh, you're not like other girls, and that's a detrimental thing. What are you trying to say right now? Is that girls have to act a certain way, or they don't count as girls anymore, or they think they're better than other people? What if this girl just likes cars? What if this girl just doesn't like pink? What if this girl does just like pink? Dude, I am so expecting people to act like Blake is not like other girls, but she just likes pink. I don't know. Anyway, I don't mind the not like other girls, just so long as the character herself and or the characters around her don't act like she is better than other girls because she's not like other. Just let her be herself. That's really the bottom line for any of what I enjoy in writing. Just let the characters be themselves. Take me on a ride. Show me your life, which is unlike mine, and show me your point of view. I love that, folks. I hate everything but you. Yeah, I don't really like that. I've never seen it pulled off very well. And usually it's with male characters because they hate everything but the female character. They don't have a personality outside of that female character. And they lack any big dick energy. Like, they end up looking like kind of a cuck because they're supposed to, usually this comes about with the bad boy, and the bad boy just like trashes everything. But then when it comes to this person, oh, I just love you. Now, I think I'm more on board with the I don't really care about anything except for you, because then there's not the animosity around them. And then that goes into the Bellami Parish pairing that my friend and I have together in this other storyline. So that's Parish is a demon who got summoned when Bellami was fleeing from a witch haven, and with a blood ritual, and Parish immediately fell for Bellami, and Parish doesn't care about anything but Bellami. He doesn't hate anything, but he's just like, if I'm not serving Bellami, I don't really care. I love this cat person, witch, and that's all that I want to do. And it's very cute. But I hate everything creates this animosity and usually this little dick energy, to be honest with you, because that bad boy who is supposed to be bad about everything and everyone all the time, is a pushover when it comes to this chick. So I know that it can be done well. I think that I hate everything but you is harder to do for a lot of people without falling into that forbidden love. I'll put that up here. I don't know if I drop it into personal faves, but I will put it into pretty good. Pretty good. That kind of goes... that also, if I just dropped it up here, this would just end up being the freaking Malik and Vasile line, and I'm not trying to imply anything, but all of these tropes just fit those two characters, okay? I'm not trying to imply anything about them, though. Don't read into that. I literally mean what I say. But when you have an angel and a vampire that are together, I guess Bellami and Parish are also that forbidden love going on. Who else? I'm trying to think if there's anybody else in heaven that's like that, because you've got Tyler, Gage, which not forbidden love. Maddox and Pyler are best friends. You could have Victor and the werewolf lady. That could be forbidden love. I don't know. And if we look at my novels, nobody in there falls into forbidden love. I think that happens more when I'm working on the romancy stuff that I do with my creative partner. Soulmates. I'll take soulmates. Oh my gosh, that just makes me think of Kismet. Sam and I have this story that is a psychic and a deaf boy meet each other when the deaf boy almost gets run over by a car, and the psychic sees it, or a truck, and the psychic sees it happen and then stops it from happening. And they're very soulmate-y. That's kind of why it's called Kismet. So, yeah. Coming of age. I don't go seek it out, but I don't mind. That's a pretty typical thing. And even Dead End Drive contains the coming of age trope through Kelly becoming an adult through the murder trials of the night and arranged marriage. I would also drop that in. I don't really care. So, I don't have a lot to say about arranged marriage. That's just how it is. That's my YA book trope tier list. I feel like I'm gonna make somebody mad without even trying to make somebody mad over this. It feels sketchy to do this, to be honest with you. So, that is my YA trope tier list, and maybe I will do another tier list for general tropes or storytelling elements someday. I also have a bonus. So the bonus tier list is this Stephen King novel tier list that I wanted to share with you. Pretty much that. Anyway, I don't think that much more needs to be said there, but that's all for today. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Looking forward to your comments on the different tropes, and without... Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. All that said, I should straighten this out. All that said, thank you so much for watching. Again, hope you have a happy Thanksgiving and just a wonderful rest of night. So thank you. Don't die. I know for some reason my exits are off right. I don't know. Good luck. Good luck, life.
Was that Wayland Cross in the trunk? Do you know, or is that something that's still being figured out?
The person in the trunk was not Wayland Cross.
Is he in trouble?
We don't know who did it, but as the owner of the car, the longer he's missing, the worse it looks for him.
Cross isn't a killer. For the last couple of years, the average number of murders in Baltimore has been over 300, and it's been going up. Mind you, that's only whatever the badges count as official murder, and believe me, there are people that don't count when they die. Wayland? If you're down here, tell me. I'm not talking to the badges, I've been looking for you. They found a body in your trunk. Why? Did you do that? To the left, plain black letters read along the wall. You walked in the corridor. Once that ends, you chose the dark is on the right. My vision goes blurry. flickers black and black and black for longer intervals until I can't see anything at all. I'm not screaming anymore, but my voice echoes back to me. Where the hell am I? You're dead, Josephine. Even smart people do stupid shit sometimes, right?